The last time I saw my grandmother alive, she made me promise to fight. I didn't understand what she meant then, sitting on the weathered deck of her beach house, watching the waves crash against the shore. Now, as I sit in Samuel's law office, watching my sister's perfectly glossed lips curl into a smile, I finally get it. My name is Louisa, and I'm about to watch my family steal everything that matters. Before we begin the reading, Samuel adjusts his tie nervously. I want to express my condolences to the Russell family. Rose was a remarkable woman. My mother dabs at dry eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief. She certainly was, though those final months. She trails off, shooting me a look that screams, "Don't you dare contradict me!" I was there those final months. Every weekend, while they were too busy to visit, I'd drive to the beach house. Grandmother and I would sit on her porch, drinking tea, talking about everything and nothing. Her mind was sharp as ever, even when her body started failing. Let's proceed. Samuel shuffles papers, his hands trembling slightly. Regarding the primary residence at 1847 Ocean Drive, my sister Stephanie leans forward, pearls catching the fluorescent light. The beach house, she clarifies unnecessarily, as if we didn't all know what was at stake. Yes, well, Samuel clears his throat. According to this updated will, dated 3 weeks before Rose's passing, the property is to be transferred in its entirety to Stephanie Russell. The room goes still. I feel 5 pairs of eyes on me, waiting for the reaction, the outburst, the tears. I give them nothing but silence. There must be some mistake, I say quietly, meeting Samuel's gaze. He looks away first. The documentation is quite clear, my father interjects, his voice carrying that familiar, patronizing tone. Your grandmother made her wishes known. Did she? 3 weeks before her death, when she was in a medically induced coma. The same grandmother who told me, not 2 months ago, "This house is your sanctuary, Louisa. Don't let anyone tell you different." Louisa, darling. My mother reaches across the mahogany desk to pat my hand. I resist the urge to pull away. You know how close Stephanie and your grandmother were. It only makes sense. Close? Stephanie visited twice a year, complaining about the sand, the heat, the lack of decent restaurants. I bite my tongue until I taste copper. I'm just surprised, I manage. Grandmother always said, Rose said a lot of things near the end. Stephanie cuts in, examining her manicure. She wasn't exactly herself. The lie hangs heavy in the air. I think of the envelope hidden in my apartment, the one grandmother pressed into my hands that last lucid day. Open this, if they try anything funny, she'd said, her eyes clear and knowing. Promise me you'll fight. Well, Samuel continues, shuffling more papers, there are some smaller items to be distributed. Louisa, you're to receive your grandmother's collection of vintage cookbooks and... The jewelry box. My mother interrupts. The one with the paste diamonds. Rose specifically wanted Louisa to have that. She smiles, all teeth and triumph. I remember the real diamonds, locked in my mother's safe since last Christmas. How thoughtful, I say. There's also the matter of the trust fund. Samuel continues, but my mind is already racing ahead. Something's wrong. The way Samuel won't meet my eyes, how my father keeps checking his phone, the slight tremor in my mother's perfectly manicured hands. I'd like a copy of the will, I say suddenly, for my records. Of course, Samuel replies too quickly. I'll have my assistant prepare one. Stephanie stands, smoothing her designer dress. Well, If that's all settled, I should get going. Miles is showing me some contractors later. The beach house needs... She pauses for effect. Updating. My stomach turns. Miles Burton, the real estate agent who's had a crush on me since high school. The one who knows every property detail in that beach town like the back of his hand. Lovely idea. My mother beams. The place could use a modern touch. I remain seated as they gather their things, making plans for lunch, discussing renovation ideas as if my grandmother hasn't been gone a week, as if they haven't just stolen her last gift to me. Samuel is the last to leave, pausing at the door. For a moment, I think he might say something, confess something. Instead, he just nods and hurries out. I sit alone in the empty office, my grandmother's voice echoing in my head. Promise me you'll fight. I touch my bag, feeling the outline of the envelope inside. I promise, I whisper, and for the first time since the reading began, I smile. They think they've won. They have no idea what's coming. You're being paranoid, Eliana says, sprawled across my couch with a glass of wine. But also completely right. I'm pacing, grandmother's envelope clutched in my hands. For a week, I've carried it everywhere, afraid to open it, more afraid to lose it. The timing doesn't make sense. She was in a coma when that will was supposedly signed. So, open it. Eliana points to the envelope. What's the worst that could happen? Before I can answer, my phone buzzes. Mother. Darling, we're having lunch at La Maison. Join us? Stephanie wants to discuss her plans for the house. My stomach churns. I'll be there. Perfect. And wear something presentable. La Maison is exactly the kind of overpriced French restaurant my family loves. I arrive in a simple black dress, immediately spotting them at the best table. Stephanie's already holding court. The contractor says we can knock down that awful sunroom, she's saying. Replace it with floor-to-ceiling windows. Grandmother loved that sunroom, I say, sliding into my seat. She used to read there every morning. Well, she's not reading there anymore. Stephanie replies sweetly. Times change. Mother signals the waiter. Louisa, you'll get something eventually too, sweetie. Perhaps when your father and I are gone. Speaking of the house, I cut in, I'd love to see the paperwork from the will update. When exactly was it filed? My father suddenly becomes very interested in his menu. Mother's smile tightens. Why does that matter? Curiosity, I shrug. Plus, I was there almost every weekend. Funny how grandmother never mentioned changing her will. She didn't want to upset you, Stephanie says. Obviously. Obviously, I echo, almost as obvious as her signing documents while in a coma. The table goes silent. Mother's fork clatters against her plate. What exactly are you implying? Father asks, his voice low. Nothing. I stand up. Just finding it hard to eat. Must be grief. I leave them sitting there, my mother already launching into damage control. She's always been dramatic. That afternoon, I visit Samuel's office unannounced. His assistant tries to stop me, but I push past her. The filing date, I demand, walking straight to his desk. When was the will amendment filed? Samuel goes pale. I can't discuss that without... 3 days before she died, I say. When she was unconscious in the hospital. Want to explain that? He starts gathering papers, hands shaking. Miss Russell, I'll have to ask you to leave. Fine, but I'm sure the State Bar Association will have questions too. His head snaps up. Please, don't. There was pressure. Your mother. Save it. I cut him off. I'll be back with my lawyer. Outside, I call Miles. He picks up on the second ring. Hey, stranger. Just talked to your sister about renovation plans. She's got big ideas for that place. When did my parents first contact you about selling? There's a pause. What? The beach house, Miles. When did they start planning to sell it? Oh, about 2 weeks ago? Right before your grandmother. Wait, was I not supposed to? I hang up, my hands shaking. 2 weeks ago, before the will reading, before they even knew they'd get the house. My phone buzzes again. A text from Eliana. Found something. Come over now. 20 minutes later, I'm staring at her laptop screen. She's pulled up county records, property documents, legal filings. Look at the timestamps. She points. The amendment was uploaded to the system at 11:42 p.m. on the 15th. Your grandmother was admitted to the hospital on the 12th. They didn't even try to hide it, I whisper. There's more. Eliana clicks another tab. The beach house? It's already listed as coming soon on 3 real estate websites. They're asking $2.8 million. My vision blurs. The envelope in my bag feels heavy, like it's burning through the fabric. Open it, Eliana says softly. Whatever's in there, it's time. With trembling fingers, I break the seal. Inside are 3 things: a DVD, a legal document, and a handwritten note. The note reads, My dearest Louisa, if you're reading this, they've shown their true colors. Watch the video first, then take the document to Lauren Martinez. She's a lawyer, I trust. What they've done is fraud, plain and simple, but you'll need to be smart about this. Let them think they've won. Let them get sloppy. Then show them what my real legacy is. You. I look up at Eliana, who's already reaching for her laptop. Ready to watch a video? My phone buzzes again. Stephanie. Mom says you're upset. Don't do anything stupid, little sister. Some things are better left alone. I turn off my phone. Play it. Grandmother's face fills the screen, and my heart stops. She's sitting in her favorite armchair in the beach house, sunlight streaming through the windows behind her. The timestamp shows this was recorded just 6 weeks before her death. Louisa, she begins, her voice strong and clear. If you're watching this, then everything I feared has come to pass. Your mother has always been creative with the truth, especially when money is involved. Eliana squeezes my hand as we watch. I've known for months they were planning something. Valerie's been asking about property values, bringing up reverse mortgages. Damien's company isn't doing as well as they pretend. Grandmother's eyes narrow. But this house isn't meant to pay for their mistakes. She holds up a document. This is a legally binding codicil to my will, properly notarized and filed with the county court. Not with Samuel. I don't trust him anymore. The beach house belongs to you, Louisa. Only you. My breath catches. Eliana pauses the video. Check the envelope again. The legal document matches the one in the video exactly. Notary stamp, witnesses, everything in order. Play it, I whisper. There's something else you should know, Grandmother continues. Something I've kept secret for years. It's about your father, your real father. The room spins. Eliana grabs my arm, but that's a conversation for another day. Right now, you need to focus on exposing what they've done. The codicil is ironclad, but timing is everything. Let them reveal themselves first. The video ends. Eliana and I sit in stunned silence. Holy shit, she finally says. My phone rings. Miles again. I answer on speaker. Look, he starts, sounding nervous. About earlier. Your parents swore they had permission to list the property, said it was all arranged with the will and everything. When exactly did they first contact you? 3 weeks ago. They wanted a quiet listing, nothing public yet. Said your grandmother had agreed to sell, but... He hesitates. But that couldn't be true, could it? She was already in the hospital then. Thanks, Miles. I'll need you to put that in writing. Louisa, wait. I hang up. Eliana's already typing furiously on her laptop. Lauren Martinez, she says. Found her. Top estate lawyer, offices downtown. Want me to call? Before I can answer, my phone buzzes with a text from Stephanie. Mom's furious about your little scene at lunch. Stop making trouble. You're embarrassing yourself. Another text follows. Besides, what could you possibly do about it now? Call the lawyer, I tell Eliana. I need to go somewhere first. An hour later, I'm standing on the beach house porch, using my old key, the one they don't know I have. The place smells like grandmother, sea salt, and lavender. My fingers trail along the walls as I walk through rooms filled with memories. In the kitchen, there's still a mug in the dish rack from my last visit. The sunroom Stephanie wants to demolish holds grandmother's favorite wicker chair, a half-finished novel on its cushion. I step onto the back deck, remembering a day 15 years ago. Grandmother and I had buried a time capsule under the loose board by the steps. This is our secret, she'd said. Something just for us. I find the board easily, pry it up. The metal box is still there, untouched. Inside, photos, letters, and an envelope I'd never seen before. My hands shake as I open it. Another letter, dated just months ago. My dearest Louisa, if you're reading this, you've remembered our hiding place. Good. You'll need every advantage in the fight ahead. They'll try to paint you as emotional, unstable, greedy. Don't let them. You are stronger than they know. The truth about your father is in the bottom of my jewelry box. The real one, not the fake one your mother thinks I don't know about. But that's for later. For now, remember this. I didn't just leave you a house. I left you the power to show them exactly who they are. All my love, Rose. My phone buzzes. Eliana. Lawyer can see us tomorrow at 9 a.m. You okay? I text back. Better than okay. I'm ready. Standing on the deck, watching the sunset over the ocean, I feel grandmother's presence. They thought they could erase her final wishes. Erase me. Instead, they've given me exactly what I need to expose their fraud. Another text arrives. Unknown number. Back off now, or you won't like what happens next. I smile, thinking of the evidence mounting in my favor. Bring it on, I whispered to the waves. Bring it all on. Lauren Martinez's office feels more like a war room than a law firm. Documents spread across her desk. My grandmother's video paused on a laptop screen. This is... She removes her glasses. Extraordinary. Your grandmother was brilliant. Can they fight it? I ask. They can try. Lauren's smile is sharp. They'll lose. The codicil is perfect. Filed with the court, properly witnessed, dated well before her hospitalization. Plus, we have the video evidence of her mental competency. Eliana, taking notes beside me, looks up. So, what's our next move? First, Lauren says, we file to contest the fraudulent will, then... My phone buzzes. Mother. I put it on speaker. Darling, the most awful rumors are circulating. Something about you meeting with lawyers. Stephanie's beside herself. Is she? I keep my voice neutral. That's strange, considering she sent me a threatening text last night. Don't be ridiculous. She would never. From a burner phone. Very clever, except she used the same phrase she always does. Back off. Dead giveaway. Silence on the line. Then, what do you want, Louisa? The truth would be nice. The truth! Her laugh is brittle. The truth is you're making a scene over nothing. Your grandmother wasn't thinking clearly. I have video proving otherwise. More silence. Then, what video? Lauren nods approvingly as I say, let's meet. Bring Dad and Stephanie. And Samuel, he should hear this too. Now, listen here. Tomorrow, noon, the beach house, or I go straight to the police with evidence of will fraud. I hang up. Lauren is already typing. Perfect. Give them time to panic, make mistakes. Meanwhile, I'm filing an emergency injunction to prevent any property sales or modifications. My phone lights up with texts. Stephanie. You vindictive little bitch. Father. Let's discuss this reasonably. Samuel. Please call me urgently. Look at this. Eliana turns her laptop toward us. Your parents' country club membership just got revoked. Apparently they're 6 months behind on dues. They're broke, I realize. That's why they're so desperate to sell the house. More than broke, Lauren adds, pulling up financial records. Your father's company is under investigation for securities fraud. They need liquid assets fast. My phone rings again. Miles. Your mother just called, he says. Offered me a bonus to fast-track the sale. Louisa, what's going on? Cancel the listing, Miles. The house isn't hers to sell. Already done. But she mentioned something about old property liens. Said you might try to cause trouble, but they had paperwork. Fake paperwork. I cut in. Don't get involved. Trust me. After he hangs up, Lauren looks concerned. Liens? They're getting desperate. Good thing your grandmother cleared all debts years ago. We have proof of that too. My phone buzzes with an email. From Samuel. Louisa, I need to confess something. Your mother threatened my practice if I didn't cooperate. I have documentation of everything. I'll testify. Lauren reads it and smiles. They're turning on each other. Perfect. Another text arrives. Unknown number again. Last chance. Drop this, or everyone learns what really happened the night Dad's company lost its biggest client. I show Lauren. She frowns. What's that about? No idea, but Stephanie's trying to blackmail the wrong person. I was in college when Dad's company started failing. Keep that text, Lauren says. Blackmail's a felony. Driving home, Eliana asks, Are you ready for tomorrow? I think of the jewelry box mentioned in Grandmother's letter. The truth about my father. They're not the only ones with secrets. At home, another email waits. From my mother's sister, my Aunt Rachel, who I haven't seen in years. Louisa, heard what's happening. About time. Your mother pulled the same stunt when our father died. Tried to steal my inheritance. Ask her about the missing trust fund documents. I have copies. P.S. Your grandmother told me everything. About your real father, the artist. About why Valerie resents you so much. Call me. My hands shake as I forward the email to Lauren. Final text of the night, from my mother. Fine. Tomorrow at noon. But remember, family secrets work both ways. I think of the mounting evidence. The video, the codicil, Samuel's confession, Aunt Rachel's documents, Stephanie's blackmail attempt. They thought I was the weak one, the quiet one, the one who wouldn't fight back. They were wrong. I send one reply, looking forward to it. Bring the real jewelry box. Then I turn off my phone and smile, imagining their panic as midnight approaches. Tomorrow, everything changes. Tomorrow, grandmother's real legacy emerges. And I'm ready. The beach house looks different at noon. Colder, somehow, despite the summer heat. I'm sitting in grandmother's wicker chair when they arrive. Mother, father, Stephanie, and a very nervous Samuel. "Where's your lawyer?" Mother demands instead of hello. "Parking. Where's the jewelry box?" She clutches her designer handbag tighter. "I don't know what you're talking about." "The real one," I say, "with the diamonds and the documents." Father steps forward. "Louisa, be reasonable. We can work something out." "Like you worked something out with Samuel?" Samuel flinches. Stephanie moves to the windows, already eyeing renovation possibilities. "This is ridiculous. We have a valid will." "Valid?" Lauren's voice cuts through as she enters. "Is that what we're calling fraud now?" Mother's face hardens. "Who do you think you are? Lauren Martinez, estate law. Shall we discuss the will your daughter supposedly signed while comatose, or the property lines you fabricated?" "That's absurd," Father sputters. "We would never—" "Save it," I interrupt, pulling out my phone. "Miles recorded your conversation about rushing the sale. Samuel's given us his full statement, and Aunt Rachel sends her regards." Mother goes white. "You contacted Rachel? She had interesting things to say about missing trust fund documents. Family history repeating itself." "Enough!" Stephanie shouts. "You want to play hardball? Fine. Tell them about Dad's company, Louisa, about what really happened to the Thompson contract." I laugh. "I was in Boston when that happened. Try again." "Your grandmother wasn't thinking clearly." Mother tries. "She was confused." Lauren pulls out her laptop. "Shall we watch the video? The one where she's perfectly lucid, describing exactly how you might try to steal the house?" "I have buyers lined up," Father says desperately. 2.8 million. We'll split it, 50-50. The house isn't for sale." "You ungrateful little—" Stephanie starts. "Careful," Lauren warns. "Threats won't help your position, especially after that anonymous text last night." Samuel clears his throat. I need to— "Sit down," Mother snaps. "Nobody's going anywhere." "Actually," Lauren slides a document across the table. "Samuel's already given his sworn statement. Would you like to hear it?" "You're bluffing," Stephanie says, but her voice wavers. I stand up, walk to the loose floorboard, and pry it open. "Remember this, Mom? The time capsule. Grandmother left another letter here. Want to know what it says about my real father?" The jewelry box hits the floor. Mother's handbag spills open, spilling papers and the ornate box across the hardwood. "Don't," she whispers. "The artist," I continue, "the one you told everyone died before I was born. Except he didn't, did he?" Father's head snaps toward Mother. "What is she talking about?" "Nothing," Mother says quickly. "She's lying." "Am I? Should we call him? Grandmother kept his number, left it right here in this letter." "You wouldn't dare." "Try me," Lauren clears her throat. "We have a simple solution. Acknowledge the codicil, drop all claims to the property, or we take this to court, every detail, every document, every secret." "You'll destroy this family," Stephanie says. "You did that yourselves." Silence falls. Mother's mascara is running. Father won't meet anyone's eyes. Stephanie's phone keeps buzzing, Probably the contractor she promised the renovation to. 1 hour, Lauren says. Sign the acknowledgement, or we file everything with the court. Your choice. They huddle in the corner, whispering furiously. Samuel sits alone, looking like he might vomit. Finally, Father turns. We'll sign, but this stays private. Unlike the rumors you spread about grandmother's mental state? Mother flinches. Lauren slides over the papers. One by one, they sign. Samuel notarizes with shaking hands. The jewelry box stays, I say, as Mother reaches for it. You have no right. Like you had no right to forge a will? Leave it. They file out slowly. At the door, Stephanie turns. You'll regret this. No, I say, thinking of grandmother's strength, her foresight, her love. I really won't. After they're gone, Lauren gathers the papers. Congratulations. The house is officially yours. Want to press charges? I look around at the sunroom they wanted to destroy, the deck where grandmother and I shared so many sunsets, the kitchen where she taught me to bake. No, I decide. Let them live with what they've done. That's punishment enough. Smart. Lauren nods. They're the ones who look bad here, not you. After she leaves, I open the jewelry box. Inside, beneath the diamonds they tried to steal, is a photo. A man with my eyes, my artistic hands, standing on this very beach. On the back, in grandmother's writing, Thomas, summer 1993. He would be so proud of you. My phone buzzes. Eliana. Well? I text back. It's done. Come over. There's something I need to show you. The afternoon light fills the sunroom, just like it did when grandmother was alive. For the first time since she died, I feel at peace. This was never about revenge. It was about truth. The doorbell rings at midnight. I'm still sorting through the jewelry box contents when I find Stephanie swaying on the porch, clearly drunk. You think you've won? She pushes past me into the house. You have no idea what you've done. You're drunk. Go home. Home? She laughs bitterly. Dad's moving out. Mom's having a breakdown. The country club's circulating rumors. Our perfect family. She grabs a framed photo off the wall, studies it. All gone? You did this, not me. Did we? She turns, eyes glassy. Mom said we had to, said the company was about to crash, said this house could save everything. I take the photo from her shaking hands. By stealing it. By surviving! She slumps onto the couch. You don't understand. We're not like you. We can't just exist without the status, the connections. So, that makes fraud okay? Mom said Grandma was going to give you everything. Said it wasn't fair. She wipes her eyes, smearing mascara. Said you weren't even really family. The photo in the jewelry box burns in my pocket. Because of my father? Thomas. She spits the name. The artist who seduced Mom one summer. She never got over him. Never got over the fact that you look just like him. My heart stops. What? Oh. Stephanie's laugh is ugly. She never told you. Thomas wasn't some random fling. He was Mom's great love before she met Dad. She got pregnant. He wanted to marry her, but Grandma said no. Said he wasn't good enough. The room spins. Mom chose to marry Dad instead. Family pressure, money, status. Then you came along, looking exactly like the man she gave up. Stephanie reaches for her purse, pulls out a flask. Every time she looks at you, she sees her biggest regret. That's not my fault. No? She takes a long drink. You got all of him. The art, the music, the way you see the world. Even Grandma loved you more because of it. Do you know what it's like competing with a ghost? You never had to compete. You were always the favorite, the replacement, she corrects. The do-over daughter, the one who wouldn't remind her of Thomas. Another drink. But Grandma knew. She always knew you were the real thing. My phone buzzes. Eliana checking in. I ignore it. Why are you telling me this? Because... Stephanie stands unsteadily. You should know what you've destroyed. Mom's going to leave Dad. The company's facing investigation. My engagement's off. Can't marry into old money when your family's a fraud. I didn't... Save it. She moves to the door. You wanted revenge? Congratulations. You got it. Hope you're happy in your perfect beach house with your perfect moral high ground. Stephanie, wait. But she's already gone, leaving me alone with a house full of ghosts. My phone buzzes again. This time it's an email from Aunt Rachel. Found more photos of Thomas. He's still in California, still painting, still asks about you sometimes. Want his number? Before I can respond, another text arrives from Samuel. Your father's company is being audited. Your mother just withdrew all her personal accounts. Things are about to get very public. I'm sorry. I sink onto the couch, surrounded by the life Grandmother built, the truth she protected, the love she never lost. On the coffee table, the jewelry box lies open. Inside, beneath the photo of Thomas, I find another note. Dearest Louisa, the truth about your father was never mine to tell. But know this, he wanted you. Your mother chose a different path. Don't let her bitterness become yours. Sometimes justice looks like letting go. Love, Grandmother. My phone rings. Mother. I'm leaving your father, she says without preamble. The house in Greenwich, the accounts, everything's gone. Are you happy now? Mom. He was a painter, she continues, voice breaking. He loved the ocean. You have his hands. I know. Silence stretches between us, heavy with decades of unspoken truths. I never meant... She starts. It wasn't supposed to. Goodbye, Mom. I hang up, walk to the sunroom Stephanie wanted to destroy. The moonlight streams through the windows, casting shadows on the floor where Grandmother and I used to sit. My phone lights up one last time, an unknown number, but not a threat this time. Just 3 words. Hello, my daughter. I stare at the message, at the life-changing truth it represents, at the future it could open. Outside, the waves crash against the shore, constant as always. Some things break to be rebuilt. Some truths hurt to heal. And some revenge brings more than justice. It brings freedom. I take a deep breath and start typing. Hello, Father. The California sun hits different than East Coast light. Brighter, somehow. More direct. I'm sitting in a Santa Monica cafe, watching a man with my hands approach. Louisa? His voice is exactly how I imagined. Thomas. I stand, unsure whether to shake hands or hug. He decides for me, pulling me into an embrace that feels like coming home. You look just like your grandmother, he says, pulling back to study my face. But those are definitely my eyes. And hands! I hold them up. Artist's hands, Grandmother always said. We sit. He orders coffee. I notice paint under his fingernails, just like mine get when I'm working. Rose kept me updated, he says. Sent photos. Told me about your art, your kindness. She wanted to tell you about me, but Mom threatened to cut off contact completely. He nods. Valerie was complicated. Still is, I guess. I heard about what happened with the house. My phone buzzes. Speaking of complications. Mother. Where are you? We need to talk. I ignore it. Did you know about what they were planning? Rose called me 2 months before she died, said they were circling like vultures. He smiles sadly. She also said you were stronger than all of them combined. Another text, Stephanie this time. Dad's being indicted. Mom's having a breakdown. Thanks for nothing. They're imploding, I tell Thomas. The fraud investigation, the divorce, everything. And how do you feel about that? Before I can answer, my phone rings. Eliana. Turn on the news, she says without greeting. Your father's company. It's everywhere. I gesture to Thomas, and we move to the cafe's bar area, where a TV shows business headlines. Major investment firm under federal investigation. CEO steps down amid fraud allegations. Your mother's been calling me. Eliana continues. She's desperate to reach you. Says she can explain everything. Too late for explanations, I say, watching my father's face flash across the screen. Thomas touches my arm. You don't owe them anything. Not anymore. Another text arrives from Samuel. Federal investigators want to speak with you about the will fraud. It's connected to larger financial crimes. They're not just losing status, I realize. They're facing criminal charges. Good, Thomas says firmly. Actions have consequences. My phone keeps buzzing. Mother. Please, I need you. Stephanie. This is all your fault. Father. Can we meet? Urgently. I turn off my phone. Tell me about your art, I say to Thomas. His face lights up. He pulls out his phone, shows me photos of massive ocean-themed murals, gallery installations, paintings that capture exactly how the beach house feels at sunset. I have a show next month, he says. Would you like to contribute something? A father-daughter exhibition? Tears sting my eyes. I'd love that. Rose always said you were the true artist in the family. Said you saw beauty where others saw profit. The cafe TV switches to footage of my mother leaving a courthouse, face hidden behind large sunglasses. The headline reads, Socialite wife named in fraud investigation. They wanted to tear down grandmother's sunroom, I say suddenly. Turn the beach house into some modern showpiece. And now? Now I'm thinking of turning it into an art studio, maybe offering classes for kids who can't afford fancy lessons. He grins. Rose would love that. My phone lights up one final time. Aunt Rachel. They're looking for you. Don't let them manipulate you back in. You're free now. Thomas sees the message. Are you? Free? I think about the beach house, standing strong against the waves, about grandmother's quiet strength, her careful planning, her unwavering love, about the truth she protected until I was ready to handle it. Yes, I say, finally. Then, let's talk about that exhibition. I'm thinking Ocean's Daughter for a title. Perfect. I smile. But first, tell me everything. Start from the beginning. As Thomas begins the story of that long-ago summer, I feel grandmother's presence. She knew this day would come, knew that sometimes the best revenge isn't destruction, but creation. Not tearing down, but building something new. My phone stays dark. Let them panic. Let them face their consequences. Let them learn what it means to lose everything they valued over love. I have my father's hands, my grandmother's strength, and a future bright as California sun. Sometimes justice looks like letting go, and sometimes it looks like finally holding on to what matters. So, Thomas says, eyes twinkling, about that summer I met your mother, and for the first time in my life, I hear the truth from someone who has nothing left to hide. The beach house looks different, with easels in the sunroom. Children's artwork covers the walls where family photos once hung, bright splashes of creativity replacing stiff portraits of false perfection. "Miss Louisa!" Emma, one of my youngest students, tugs my sleeve. "I painted the ocean like you showed me." I kneel beside her easel, taking in the wild swirls of blue and green. "It's beautiful. You captured the movement perfectly." The doorbell rings. Through the window, I see Thomas walking up the path, carrying fresh canvases. Behind him, Eliana directs caterers setting up for tonight's gallery opening. "The Prodigal Daughter's Art Sanctuary," a familiar voice says. I turn to find Aunt Rachel in the doorway. "Rose would be proud." "You made it." "Wouldn't miss it." She surveys the transformed space. "Heard from your mother?" "She's in Switzerland. Stephanie's in rehab. Father's lawyers are still negotiating his plea deal." "And you?" I gesture to the sunroom full of young artists, the walls of emerging talent, the space grandmother protected for exactly this purpose. "I'm exactly where I should be." Thomas enters, setting down the canvases. "Ready for tonight? The gallery owner from Los Angeles is coming." "First," Rachel interrupts, "there's something you both need to see." She pulls out an envelope, another one of grandmother's secrets. "Found this while cleaning out her safety deposit box. It's for tonight. Inside is a letter and a check with more zeros than I've ever seen." "Her real savings," Rachel explains. "She kept it separate from the accounts your mother knew about. The note says, 'For the art school. Let it be your legacy, not their redemption.'" Thomas reads over my shoulder, whistling softly. "That would fund scholarships for decades." The doorbell rings again. Through the window, I see a familiar car. "It's Mom," I say. "Want me to send her away?" Thomas offers. I think of grandmother's last note. Sometimes justice looks like letting go. "No, I'll talk to her." She's thinner, less polished, no designer clothes or perfect makeup. She looks real. "The house," she says, looking past me at the transformed space, "is so different." That was the point. She notices Thomas through the window, flinches slightly. "You found him." "He found me. The truth has a way of surfacing." "I never meant—" She starts, then stops. "I'm sorry. For everything. I know. The art school. It's wonderful. Mother would have loved it." "She did. She planned it. All of it." Mom nods, tears forming. Would it be possible to see some of your work, just once?" I think of grandmother's strength, of Thomas's forgiveness, of the legacy being built in this house of second chances. "The gallery opening is tonight," I say. "You can come, as a guest, not as family." "Thank you," she whispers. "But Mom?" I meet her eyes. "No schemes, no manipulation, no lies, or you'll never see this place again." She nods, understanding the weight of the chance being offered. That evening, the beach house glows with light and possibility. Art fills every room. Thomas's ocean murals, my abstract landscapes, students' first attempts at capturing beauty. Eliana handles the sales, professional and proud. "Another red dot," she announces. "Your grandmother's sunroom series is selling out." I watch Mom move through the crowd, smaller somehow, studying each piece with real attention. She stops at my centerpiece, a painting of the beach house, transformed into a beacon of color and light. "You really are talented," she says softly. "Just like him." "Just like myself," I correct. She nods, accepting the boundary, and moves on. Thomas appears at my side. The LA Gallery wants to represent us both. Together. Perfect timing. I hand him grandmother's check. We'll need a bigger studio for all these scholarships. Rachel joins us, champagne in hand. To Rose. She raises her glass. Who knew exactly what she was doing? Looking around at this transformed space, at the art, the students, the second chances, the truth finally set free. I understand what grandmother meant. Revenge wasn't about destroying them. It was about building something they could never touch. The sun sets through the sunroom windows they wanted to demolish, painting the space in colors no renovation could improve. Somewhere, grandmother is smiling. To legacy, I raise my glass. The real kind. Outside, waves crash against the shore, constant as truth, powerful as justice, endless as possibility. Inside, art blooms where lies once grew. This is what winning really looks like. Not destruction, but creation. Not revenge, but renaissance. And it's beautiful.